Hi, this is Bridget with Life on Spectrum, and today I'm talking about driving. And no, not you driving, but your son or daughter when they turn 16 or 17. The first and foremost thing that you must understand is that you should not be the one to tell them that they're ready to drive. They should be the ones to tell you if they're ready to drive. My son is 22 years old and he is still not ready to drive in the area that we live in. He prefers to ride public transportation. And I tell him as long as he knows how to ride public transportation and he doesn't expect me to always drive him everywhere, then I am fine with it. So make sure you keep those things in mind and you actually talk to your son or daughter when they turn 16. The other thing I wanted to bring up about driving is I would start small. Start with go-karts. Start with lawn mowers, things like that. See if they're even comfortable behind a wheel. And if they're not comfortable at 15, 16 years old, then don't push the situation. Because if they can't handle a lawnmower or they can't handle a go-kart, they're not ready to be behind a 1,500-pound car or even more. So just make sure that you don't pressure them into doing something, because believe it or not, at that age, some of them want to do whatever you want, so they want you to be pleased or happy with them. The other thing I would like to say about driving is this. If your son or daughter is ready for driving and it makes you nervous about providing the lessons, there are experts out there that would actually help your son or daughter or anybody with a disability learn how to drive. I want you to remember the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. It's also known as OVR. OVR is a federally funded program, and there are actually branches throughout every state in the United States. OVR usually offers some kind of driving program for those with disabilities. These places actually can be located in your area and generally within an hour's distance. They can either come to you or sometimes you have to go to them. You have to, contact your OVR representative for that information. But what's nice about it is it takes the pressure off of you. These are actual trained professionals that can actually help your son or daughter learn of what it's like to drive in a car. And they're also usually pretty blunt and honest with you and your son or daughter to say if they're ready or not. They also have some organizations or driving schools set up within a quote-unquote college setting. So it's more lackadaisical and they can actually take 8 or 10 or even 20 weeks to learn how to drive correctly. Some of them even have simulations so they can actually practice before getting into a car. So keep that in mind, that if you're not ready to even teach them, but they're ready to drive, there is an organization out there to help you. Don't spend money until you contact OVR, the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. And even if you contact them, usually it's a small fee compared to if you hire somebody private. Hopefully that helps about driving education with your son or daughter on the autism spectrum. And I'm Bridget with Life on Spectrum. Thanks for watching that episode, and make sure you come back and join us again for upcoming videos. They'll be uploaded almost on a daily basis. Also, if you really enjoyed us, like us below, or even leave a comment for us to respond back to. And if for all of you that are really involved in the Life on Spectrum, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate you. We hope that this is worthwhile for you, and we'll see you next time on Life on Spectrum.